Thanks guys for the 16,000 votes casted on our poll a few weeks ago on who was your favorite Jedi. We appreciate all of them, especially the comments you guys posted. At number 10 with 443 votes is Kit Fisto. Making his first appearance in Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, Kit Fisto quickly became a fan favorite with his signature smile during the arena battle on Geonosis. That charming smile came with a sense of humor, making Fisto stand out among many other Jedi, especially those on the Jedi Council who tended to take everything seriously. Even in death, Fisto had a smile on his face, as noted by Anakin when he ran past his corpse in the Chancellor's office. Considered to be one of the best duelists within the Jedi Order, Fisto was able to hold his own against General Grievous with ease, and also survive against Palpatine for a few seconds before being cut down. His ability to use the Force in combat was also remarkable, especially underwater, where he even invented a unique Force ability, known as Force Orb, which was essentially a powerful orb of air that was capable of penetrating underwater craft. He was also able to give his oxygen to those drowning while underwater. Fun fact, Kit Fisto and Alia Sakura had somewhat of a romantic relationship, but they never committed to it due to their devotion to the Jedi Order. Reading your guys' comments, many of you voted for him for two reasons. First, being for his charming smile and humor, and second, for his unique physical appearance and his ability to expertly fight underwater. At number 9 with 716 votes is Mace Windu. Being one of the most powerful Jedi for his time, Windu acted like a one-man army during battles, with at one point even taking down hundreds of battle droids with his bare hands. Supposedly, he had a kill count of over 1 million battle droids near the end of the war. Windu stood out among other Jedi with his purple lightsaber, which he created with unique purple crystals he had obtained in his younger years. He was also extremely quick, being able to even dodge blaster bolts with ease. On top of his immense speed, Windu possessed a rare ability known as Shatterpoint, which allowed him to see the weaknesses of his enemies through the Force, making him an extremely dangerous opponent to fight against. Based on the comments, many of you voted for Mace Windu due to his unique purple lightsaber and also for the fact that he can channel the dark side of the Force against his opponents through his mastery of Vapad. Many of you also voted for him because Samuel L. Jackson played him, who is truly one of the greatest actors to ever live. At number 8 with 728 votes is Yoda. Nearing the age of 900 years, Yoda was the Grand Master and leader of the Jedi Order, training nearly all of the Jedi by the time of the Clone Wars. Despite his non-intimidating appearance, Yoda was one of the most powerful Jedi in galactic history. Although his old age limited his endurance for lightsaber combat, he was able to perform colossal feats through the Force, such as when he denied a separatist ship from unloading its army before destroying it by forcing it to crash with another ship. His old age made him extremely knowledgeable of the Force and the secrets kept within the Jedi archives. Such knowledge allowed him to create Jedi holocrons from scratch and also contact Jedi through the Force across the galaxy. It seems many of you voted for Yoda because he was the wisest Jedi, and despite his small size, he was super powerful. Also, many people voted for him simply because he was green. At number 7 with 774 votes is Luke Skywalker. Being son of the Chosen One, Luke had a very strong connection to the Force, having the potential to surpass even Yoda and Mace Windu in terms of raw power. By the time Luke became a Grand Master, he had the lightsaber skill of Mace Windu and the Force powers of Yoda. Basically, he had become the most powerful Jedi to ever live. After the Galactic Civil War, Luke went on to create the new Jedi Order, where he taught the new generation of Jedi. In Legends, Luke went on to marry Mara Jade, a former Emperor's hand, and together they had a son named Ben Skywalker, though we don't know if this will also be the case in the new movies. The most reoccurring reason as to why you guys voted for Luke seemed to be because he was able to redeem his father at the end of Return of the Jedi, and also because of how powerful he became in Legends once he reached the title of Grand Master. At number 6 with 892 votes is Plo Koon. Unable to breathe oxygen due to his species' unique biology, Plo Koon was forced to wear a breathing mask in order to survive outside of his homeworld. His superb ability to use the Force was noted throughout the Jedi Order, and Plo Koon was even recorded in using a light side version of Force lightning, known as Electric Judgment. He was the one who found and took Ahsoka Tano to the Jedi Temple when she was a youngling, acting as her mentor during her childhood before she was assigned as the apprentice of Anakin Skywalker. Plo Koon discovering Ahsoka Tano and his usage of light side force lightning seemed to be the main reason why many people voted for him. Also, the fact that he wore a mask made him even more appealing to many other people. At number 5 with 943 votes is Anakin Skywalker. As the chosen one and manifestation of the Force itself, Anakin had the potential to become basically a god within the Star Wars universe. Unfortunately for him, he was never able to achieve this due to his injuries from Obi-Wan. As a Padawan, Anakin surpassed many of his peers and tended to be at the top of his class. Once he became a Jedi Knight and active within the Clone Wars, Anakin was regarded as the greatest warrior of the Republic by many citizens as he helped to liberate countless worlds. Despite being a hero to many, he soon became a monster to those he once saved when he fell to the dark side and became Darth Vader. As a Sith Lord, Vader hunted down and killed countless Jedi during the Empire's reign. He probably had the highest Jedi kill count of anyone in galactic history. Many people voted for Anakin due to the fact that he brought balance to the Force, and he was the one who killed Emperor Palpatine in an effort to save his son. He was also liked due to his treatment of his troopers and how he led them in battle. At number 4 with 1,071 votes is Revan. He was a Jedi during the Old Republic era, which took place over 3,000 years before the Clone Wars. Revan was a man of action who got things done. When he was a Jedi, the Mandalorians started to attack Republic territories, but the Jedi Council didn't want to get involved. This angered Revan, who went on to disobey the Jedi Council's orders and got himself involved within the Mandalorian Wars. Revan and his friend Malak went on to fight and kill multiple Mandalorians and basically win the war for the Republic once Revan killed Mandalore the Ultimate, the leader of the Mandalorians at the time. After they finished fighting the Mandalorians, Revan and Malak went on to solve the next galactic threat, the emerging Sith Emperor. But when they confronted him, they both fell to the dark side, with Revan being known as Darth Revan from then on. As a Sith Lord, he started the Jedi Civil War and killed multiple Jedi. He was eventually betrayed by his friend Darth Malak, and he was thought to have been dead. But he survived and was eventually recovered, but with no memory of who he was. Knowing how powerful he was, the Jedi decided to retain him as a Jedi so they could use him to their advantage. Once retrained as a Jedi, Revan was sent to kill his former friend Darth Malak. He succeeded. After a while, his memories of his past life started to reappear. This caused him to search for answers, and during this search he was captured by the Sith and kept as a prisoner. As a prisoner, he was constantly tortured by the Sith Emperor, eventually causing his mind to split into two halves, the light and the dark. The dark side of Revan was eventually defeated by the Republic and the light side of Revan. After everything, Revan finally was able to go out in peace as he became one with the Force. Many people voted for Revan because of how he went out of his way to do what he believed was right, even if it meant going against the wishes of the Jedi. His struggle between the light and dark was also a reason why people voted for him. At number 3 with 1,155 votes is Galen Marek, also known by his codename Starkiller. At a young age, Galen was captured by Darth Vader and trained as his secret apprentice. Once his training was complete, Galen took the codename of Starkiller and was sent on missions to eliminate powerful surviving Jedi. Unknown to Starkiller at the time, he was just a pawn in Palpatine's elaborate plot to weed out rebellious leaders and to expose them, and he did just that, connecting rebel cells and leaders and indirectly helping to create the Rebel Alliance. But shortly after the Rebel Alliance's creation, the leaders were captured by the Empire. Seeing the true intentions of his masters, Starkiller fully turned to the light side and became a Jedi. After recovering from his injuries, he tracked down the rebel leaders and fought his way through the entire Death Star as he made his way to the Emperor's throne room. After defeating Darth Vader, Starkiller confronted Emperor Palpatine. Refusing to join the Emperor, Starkiller instead sacrificed himself to save the rebel leaders, and essentially the Rebel Alliance. Based on the comments, many people voted for Starkiller because of his sacrifice in saving the Rebel Alliance, and also because many people just liked playing him in the Force Unleashed games. At number 2 with 1,243 votes is Ahsoka Tano. She was the apprentice of Anakin Skywalker during the Clone Wars, serving as a commander during the war. Despite her shaky start as a character during the show, being viewed as annoying and too childish, she did eventually develop over time into a fan favorite, becoming almost as iconic as Darth Vader and Yoda within the fanbase. Although we still haven't seen her full story finished due to the cancellation of the Clone Wars, her appearance was welcomed in Rebels, with her duel against Vader being one of the most anticipated things within the show at the time. Many people voted for her because they got to see her journey as a Jedi, viewing her as a role model throughout both the Clone Wars and Rebels. Also, many of you seemed to vote for her because you found her attractive. Before we reveal number 1, we have a few honorable mentions. First is Qui-Gon Jinn, who gained 11th place on this list. A Jedi that usually did things his way, Qui-Gon eventually discovered an ability to retain his identity after death, to which he taught both Obi-Wan and Yoda, allowing them to become Force ghosts after death. Second is Ram Koda, gaining 23rd place on this list. Koda served as Starkiller's Jedi mentor, and was probably also the inspiration to Kanan Jarrus in Rebels. Third is Gungi, who gained 14th place on this list. He was one of the few Wookiee Jedi we've seen, and he also had a unique lightsaber that was made out of wood. And finally, the youngling who talked to Anakin during the siege on the Jedi Temple right before he and his peers got killed. His name was Sors Bandane, and he gained the most write-in votes. Well, if you exclude Harambe, who gained like 60 write-in votes. Now at number 1 with 3,290 votes is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Despite becoming a Jedi Master and member of the Jedi Council, Kenobi actually almost never even became a Jedi Knight, due to his early struggles in keeping up with his peers. But Qui-Gon Jinn saw potential in him and took him in as his apprentice, proving to the Jedi that Obi-Wan was someone who could be forged into a strong Jedi. Once a Master, Obi-Wan was considered one of the finest Jedi of the Order, and he was viewed by many fans as the poster boy of what Jedi should be. Someone who is able to control their anger and hatred, even when viewing their lover die right in front of them. After failing to stop Anakin from falling to the dark side, Obi-Wan made it up by introducing Luke to the light side, and paving his way to ultimately redeeming his former apprentice, Anakin. Obi-Wan was voted on for his role in defeating Darth Maul, killing General Grievous, and training Anakin and Luke. He was also liked for his humor and troll-like nature when fighting his opponents, and for his resilience in staying true to the Jedi Code even in his hardest moments. So that's it, a top 10 list based completely off your guys' votes and comments. Let us know if you enjoyed this video and wish to see more like it, with other subjects and categories concerning Star Wars. Feel free to comment below on what you want to see in the future and upvote the comments that you agree with. Also, let us know if there's anything you want us to change in our format for these videos, and if there's anything we should add or remove. All feedback would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. And as always, may the Force be with you.